Cole Palmer and Mauricio Pochettino have been sharing positive words about each other as the former Manchester City forward makes an immediate impact on Chelsea's side. Palmer has 2 assists and a goal in his first 3 starts for the club and has helped transform Pochettino's attack. Cole Palmer is also a good player that links with his teammates, the Argentine boss said. We are giving him the starting position on the right, but we give freedom to play between the lines because he's ready to read what the team needs. As for Palmer himself, he has slotted into the young team around him even quicker than he imagined. It has surprised me a bit, but I know my own ability, the 21-year-old admitted. And I knew that if I hit the ground running I'd have a chance and obviously make an impact. That's why I went there. I thought I could break in. I looked at the squad and there are a lot of players who went, not as many as people would have thought in terms of attackers. It's been hectic, but that's good. Moving down there was a big change. I was in a hotel for a couple of weeks and then I got my own place. It is new and difficult. I don't know how to do most things on my own, so I'm learning. Osimhen has forged a reputation as one of Europe's most exciting strikers after scoring 26 goals in 32 league games last season as Napoli secured their first Serie A title since 1990. That fine form, which has continued into this season with 6 goals from 10 games, has led Napoli to price Osimhen in the region of £120 million, $147.7 million, which is around £40 million higher than Tony's valuation. Chelsea are hoping to have Christopher Nkunku, a £52 million summer signing from RB Leipzig, available early in the new year following knee surgery to rival Nicholas Jackson and Armando Broja to lead their attack, but want to strengthen their options despite taking spending under owners Todd Boehly and Clearlake Capital past the £1 billion mark this summer. It is unclear at this stage whether Chelsea or Arsenal will formally pursue Osimhen in January. Real Madrid have also been credited with an interest, and much may depend on how talks progress with Brentford over Tony. Napoli are hoping to keep Osimhen until next summer, at least as they attempt to tie the 24-year-old down to a new contract, but talks have slowed, firstly over the size of the release clause the player wants included, but then over a TikTok post the club later deleted. The club's official account appeared to mock Osimhen after he missed a penalty in a 0-0 draw against Bologna last month, an act which brought condemnation from the player's agent, Roberto Calenda, and a formal apology from Napoli officials. THR player's contract expires in June 2025, and any sustained refusal to sign a new deal will give interested clubs fresh hope he can be prized away from Napoli in January. The 24-year-old is yet to feature for the Blues this season, having lost form under Mauricio Pochettino and also suffered a hamstring injury. Thiago Silva remains ahead of Chalobah in Pochettino's plans, while Levi Colwill and Axel Disasi have also become first-team regulars. Tottenham and Bayern approached Chalobah during the summer transfer window, but both were unable to reach an agreement with the Blues as they sought a loan move. Nottingham Forest accepted an offer for the midfielder, initially worth £25 million, plus £5 million in add-ons, but the player turned it down and waited to move to a bigger club. A January transfer is now very likely, with Sky Sports Germany reporting that Bayern remain interested in the defender and he could very well leave Stamford Bridge when his next opportunity arises. Usai tak bisa merekrut Chalobah pada bursa transfer musim panas, Pochettino memastikan dirinya masih masuk dalam rencana tim utama. Masa depan dia ada di sini, dia ada dalam rencana kami, kata manajer tentang Chalobah pada bulan September. Tidak ada yang bisa memutuskan untuk saya, dia akan berpartisipasi, sekarang kami telah menyelesaikan jendela transfer, dia akan terlibat dalam pengambilan keputusan. Chalobah dan pemain lain di tim adalah bagian dari proyek saya, beberapa pemain tidak bermain tetapi itu adalah pilihan saya. Tidak ada yang perlu dikatakan padanya mengenai hal ini, dia adalah pemain Chelsea dan dia akan memiliki peluang yang sama seperti orang lain. In a classic case of just the nomination itself being an honor, young Levi Colwill has named among the 25 finalists for the 2023 Golden Boy Award, which is given to the best under-21 player in Europe, as voted on by various football journalists around the continent. This year's award will undoubtedly be won by either Jude Bellingham or Jamal Musiala. Musiala was of course a Chelsea prospect for a brief while before choosing to return home to Germany and Bayern Munich, where he's gone from strength to strength and has become a key player for them already, as a teenager. Pretty impressive. In fairness, Colwill has been key to our ambitions so far this season, too, just as he was key to Brighton's in the second half of last season, and the award considers play during a calendar year rather than a football season. But he probably has little chance of actually winning it, just as our previous finalists, such as Mason Mount, Callum Hudson-Odoi, Thibaut Courtois, or Romelu Lukaku. The last two editions of this award have been won by Barcelona players, Pedri and Gavi. If Musiala wins, he would become the first player with any prior Chelsea affiliation to do so. We've had a few of the previous winners eventually join us: Cesc Fabregas, Alexander Pato, Raheem Sterling, João Felix, but Musiala would be the first with some Cobham blood in him. Mauricio Pochettino is excited to test his improving Chelsea side against title challengers Arsenal, while he believes unpredictable Cole Palmer has been a key part of the team's upturn in form. The West Londoners encountered a few hiccups at the start of the season, losing to West Ham, Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa, but have won 3 matches in a row to move up to 11th in the Premier League table, 6 points adrift of 4th place. After the international break, Chelsea faced their biggest test of the campaign so far when Arsenal traveled to Stamford Bridge. Pochettino feels the match will be a big litmus test of where his side are in their development, while he is delighted with the way summer's signing Palmer has come in and connected the attack. Asked what excites him most about facing Arsenal, Pochettino told the club's website, "Well, I think we're going to play against a very good team, a team that in the last few years they are building a very good squad. They have a very good coach. I know Mikel Arteta very well. He's a very good friend. They are doing a fantastic job, and it's a team that is ready now to compete for big things. That is why the challenge is really exciting to compete with them. We are in a different process, in a different time, but I think it's important to see how our players are going to compete against a team that is more mature." He continued, "I think the team is doing really well. We don't concede too many goals, we start to score goals. In the midfield area, we start to connect and create a good link. There is a hope that Kendry Paez will be able to visit Chelsea and complete some training with the club following the end of the Ecuador international season with Independiente del Valle. The 16-year-old side have already secured their spot in the final of Pro League, which will take place following the culmination of the second phase of the competition in December. The youngster is currently on international duty alongside Moises Caicedo, a possible teammate when Paez's move can become official in 2025, when he turns 18. He could feature in World Cup qualifiers against Bolivia and Colombia, having earned his first cap in a 70-minute outing versus Uruguay. Paez's agent Manuel Sierra has revealed that the £12 million deal that has already been announced for the talented star will not be impacted by future injuries, citing that neither he nor Caicedo, who the agent also represents, has a clause in their contract. Sierra is hopeful that Paez can acquaint himself with the Blues before the completion of his move, however. He said, via Sport Witness, "We hope for a break so that he can go visit Chelsea. The intention is that once the final with IDV has been played, he will travel and do some training with Chelsea, as FIFA allows." With Kendry, there is a signed transfer contract. And in July 2025, when the transfer window opens, he will arrive at Chelsea. There are no termination clauses when there are contracts. So many years and so much money. Neither moi nor Kendry has a clause.